Here we go, traders. Wake up, baby. It is currently 7:41 in the markets at this time. 7:41. Getting ourselves ready to rock. Getting ourselves ready to go. Getting ourselves jacked on up on this day. Traders, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. So many people are ready to rock. And it also seems like most people are jumping out of the board right now. JSPR, little bit of hype, little bit of rocking and rolling here. We have TAOP, we have FTEEL, we have a little JSPR starting to spike. CEP, ETHZ. So let's just get ourselves back to where we need to be right now. Okay? I want to make sure right now every single person knows exactly what to be focusing on. And of course, moving forward as a unit, moving forward as a team, moving forward together. Right now, we also do have SBEV also trying to get a little bit of hype. SBEV, no news, no credibility behind it, but the stock is getting a little bit of momentum right now. And that's the thing. Sometimes when you first log on in the morning, sometimes things get a little overwhelming. Sometimes when you first log on at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, you ask yourself, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to look? What am I supposed to get myself involved in? Let's figure out that answer right now. Let's make sure we know exactly what to do at all times. Number one, as of right now at this moment, it seems like the majority of buying volume is going over to SBEV. Now, I do not see any news on SBEV. I do not believe there is any sort of news on SBEV, but right now SBEV is starting to squeeze, pop, and rip and run. The stock has now gone from 140 and has now shot all the way up towards around the price of $2. Now, being up 40% on no news, it's also a 2 million in float stock. So we have a stock that has no news, an extremely low float, and the stock is trying to squeeze and break out at this time. Now, what would you guys do? If a stock spikes 50% and has no news whatsoever, what do you think is the smartest thing to do? Most likely, it's going to be, let's go ahead and look for a short. It's very difficult for me to want to buy a stock and me to pull the trigger and get involved in a stock that has no credibility. If someone came up to me right now and said, hey, why are you not buying SBEV? Hey, Chazzy, why are you not getting involved in SBEV at this moment? It just comes on down to the fact that I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if there's credibility. I don't know if this play is going to be able to work on out. It's a little bit nerve-wracking to jump in on SBEV when we know there's nothing actually pushing it. So the thing is, SBEV right here, it's a gamble if this is going to be able to continuously move itself on up. Let's just double check. How much are shares to short? Let's go over to this. Let's grab this. Let's bring this on over. And let's go with SBEV. Any shares available to short on this play? Let's say I want to get 3,000 shares. Inquire about this. 3,000 shares right here. Locate lowest. Click cancel. And this is going to cost me $89. $89 if I want to short 3,000 shares on SBEV. Now, why again would I want to short? Because there's no reason in the first place on why buyers are moving into this play. The odds are I would win if I did a short on SBEV. As I'm speaking about it, look what's happening on SBEV. As I'm speaking about this play, guess what we're seeing over on SBEV? This play is dumping all the way back on down, right? So right now, this play, traders, as we know, this thing is starting to turn and fade and dump. If, again, SBEV gets above the price of $2, it could come back to life. But right now, traders, again, as I stated, I will not probably ever alert a buy alert over on SBEV or for you guys to jump in on a play that I don't think has any sort of reason behind it. It's a death trap. It really is. It's a death trap, guys. It's jumping in on a car with no seatbelts. It's jumping in on a car with, of course, no power steering. It's jumping in a car with, I don't know, your little sister driving. It's just not a good idea most of the time. So SBEV, this one is trying to squeeze itself back on up, trying to get up towards around $2. And if it can break $2, we might be able to get some buying volume. But I'm just not going to alert a buy alert on something that does not have credibility behind it. All right? So I want to make sure that you guys are all ready to rock. I want to make sure that you guys are all set here. And SBEV, that's probably the most active play right now. What about EB? Did something just come on out with EB right here? EB just shot from $3 up to $4.42 here for the second. So EB 16 minutes ago did say it's going to be getting acquired. So a lot of times, guys, when stocks come out with acquired press releases, right? Like EB, take a look right now. We take a look at the news on EB. You guys can see Eventbrite enters into a definitive agreement to be acquired for roughly $500 million. But the thing is, team, as you guys can see, when you get acquired, you usually get acquired at a certain price, aka $4.50 per share. This is already stating that this play is not going to be moving off $4.50 per share. It would be like this. Imagine if you went to the grocery store and you buy a gallon of milk, and the gallon of milk says $4. And you go to the cash register and you say, here's $7. And they say it's $4. And you say, yeah, but I want to pay $7. Well, it's only $4. So the thing is, no one's going to buy the stock above $4.50. I mean, if you want to buy it, go for it. I mean, you're just throwing away money. But the thing is, when you take a look over on EB, anyone who buys above $4.50 is just kind of idiotic. Why would you buy money or buy something that's worth more than its actual price? Imagine if there was a car for sale for $20,000 and you said, oh, I'm going to try to sell this for $35,000. No one's going to buy it. It's not worth that much. So EB is literally telling us right here. It literally says, this play is only worth $4.50 per share. It literally says it right here, $4.50 per share. It's not going to go above that. So to be completely frank with you, it's just not even worth, touching because it's already at that price. So right now, EB, do we want to play it or cross it off? Cross it off. You do not need this play in any way. TAOP, do we need this stock? TAOP, this is going to be a stock that will be in play back above $4. If this play can get back above $4, it would be worth your attention. If this play can get back above $4, it would be worth us getting involved in. But if this stock again stays down near $3, it's not going to have as much hype. Now, I know what some people are thinking. Hey, what about a dip buy? What about a bounce play? What about an opportunity for us to be able to get filled on a quick little dip buy or bounce to be able to get in for the move back up to $4? I am not against that at all. If you are a person who says, I like TAOP, the stock had news last night, TAOP is talking about acquiring another company, the company is growing, you know what? There is nothing wrong in any way if you're saying, hey, I'm going to do a short here, I'm going to do a short here, I'm going to do a short here, I'm going to do a short here. If your idea is to short at the red line and bring the stock on down, go for it. If your idea, though, is to go ahead and look for dip buys and say, hey, I'm going to look for a dip buy here, I'm going to look for a dip buy here, and I'm going to look for a dip buy here, and I'm going to see if I can be able to get the bounce back on up, go for it. I think that's a great way to be able to trade as well. So the thing is, if you just want to play this channel, that is absolutely fine. Now, I will say, as this stock comes back on down, there is a chance that it's not going to dip as hard as you want it to if it just loses volume. If, let's say, there's something hotter, if there's a better play, if there's a hotter stock, if there's more volume elsewhere, TAOP might just fade and fall down to 3,290. So the thing is, if you are looking to get filled around 310, I would definitely have a stop loss, probably right around that 298 area, 299. So I would say, hey, place a stop loss here. Get filled down towards around 310, have a stop loss if it falls on down to 290. If it does bounce its way back on up, try to get filled for a short right around $4, have a stop loss if this stock starts coming all the way up towards around that 415 area, right? So that's how I would trade TAOP if I were you. I accidentally got rid of all the lines. But you guys could see right here, it'd basically be our shorting entries and our stop loss entries. So this would be blue, dip buy, red, resistance, aka shorts, and then we'll just put in black right here. Black is going to be, of course, the stop loss area. Got to get out once you start heading there. Awesome. So very easy visual way to just be able to see TAOP so that you guys are all ready to rock and roll. Okay? So TAOP is all set right there. So EB answers no. TAOP, no. FTEEL. FTEEL also had news last night. FTEEL. This is not a stock currently hitting some highs. FTEEL, this is a play right now. Of course, we are keeping our eyes peeled on it. We are watching to see, can we hold some sort of uptrend? A lot of times when I'm looking for how is this stock going to react, I'm always looking for trend lines. Can I connect some dots somewhere? If that's a horizontal line or if that's an uptrend. I could do the same exact thing right here, where if we go ahead and connect these dots, we could say to ourselves, hey, this play, we do have a nice little channel. It does not matter. At the end of the day here, traders, let's just think about this. It does not matter if we have a support and resistance line where we have support right here and resistance right here. We still trade it the same exact way. How do we trade it? We trade it by stock goes up, stock goes down, stock goes up, stock goes down, and hopefully eventually we get a very nice breakout. That's how we trade. We figure out support and resistance. We figure out where the stock is going to turn at. And you know what? It doesn't change if it looks like this. If we have a diagonal support and resistance line, nothing changes here. It's still stock moves on up, stock moves on down, stock moves on up, stock moves on down, and eventually it's going to break out or it's going to crack and dump. So it doesn't matter if it's FTEEL we're looking at. It doesn't matter if it's TAOP we're looking at. It's the same exact concept no matter what. So again, we could see TAOP, we do have our support, we have our stop loss, we have our resistance, we have our stop loss. Same exact thing with the FTEEL. FTEEL, we do have our support, aka areas that you could look for a dip buy. You do have your resistance, aka areas you could sell or areas you can look for a short entry. And then, of course, if the lines do start cracking, you are going to still have the same exact game plan where, hey, you know what? If it starts going underneath my area, now I'm going to be having a stop loss. Stop loss is going to be right here. Grab the same exact thing. If the stock ever starts squeezing and spiking and breaking on out, and I'm getting out of the play or I'm looking for a short, the stock is going to be, again, getting out with my stop loss right here. So nothing has changed. Nothing has changed whatsoever at all. From, again, TAOP to FTEEL. It's just, again, one we have diagonal, one we have higher lows. One we are going horizontal, one, of course, we're moving ourselves on up. Same exact concept. And the quicker that you can be able to see stocks like this, the easier it is going to be for you to be able to make money. So you can literally just copy exactly what I'm doing right here so that you guys can become the best trader that you guys can be. All right? So I want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. But these are the top two. JSPR, quick little spike and dump. SBEV, as we already went over. SBEV, guys, also is just more of a quick spike. And actually, SBEV is trying to hold itself on up. One second here, traders. Just got to help out someone real quick. Give me 1 second here, traders. Just got to help out one little thing, and then we're going to be all set, ready to go. All eyes over on SBEV. One moment here, and we'll be right back on the mic. Give me 1 second here, traders.
Phase.
All right. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Hey, traders, we got 8 a.m. news right around the corner. We got 8 a.m. news right around the corner here, traders. Let's get ourselves fired on up. Let's get ourselves going because we have to see where the momentum is going to take us. Is PLRZ starting to get some hype? Guys, all eyes over on PLRZ. All eyes right now, PLRZ at this time. PLRZ just came out with news about 2 minutes ago. So PLRZ, buying volume is moving into it. This is the best press release as of now. So all eyes, PLRZ at this moment here, traders. Now again, we are going to be having some strong $5 resistance. It says PLRZ announces successful completion of manufacturing upscale for its nasal spray platform. I do want to see if there's going to be any shares available for us to short. As always, $5 is going to be a strong resistance. PLRZ, inquire all 3,000 shares. Locate lowest. Click cancel. To do PLRZ, best play, currently up 60%. Gonna cost $50. I'm gonna click OK. Let's see here. Pending. Rejected. I did not get it. Locate for, okay. Ignore this route. Let's see. I'm trying to get my shares. I keep getting rejected. Locate lowest. Cancel. PLRZ. PLRZ, guys, I keep getting rejected. Rejected. I have not been able to get, my shares over on PLRZ. I would like to look for a $5 short in most cases. Let's see here. All right, guys, just got accepted. 3,000 shares. Took a little time. I just got accepted 3,000 shares. PLRZ, hottest stock at this time. So, traders, here we go. PLRZ. We want to keep our eyes peeled over on this one. Right now, PLRZ, high watch and high alert. If this play can be able to spike its way back up to $5, what's the 50-day moving average? The 50-day moving average is 578. That's going to be a great target. Let's see if anything else starts spiking. Let's see if anything else starts spiking, guys. Again, that 578 mark is the 50-day moving average. That would honestly be like the best bet. So I would say like if we can get into the 550s, 500 shares, that's going to be a great short. 555, that could be a great short. 560, that could be a great short. 570, that could be a great short. 574, that could be a great short. So the thing is here, traders, I like PLRZ a lot for a short at the 50-day moving average. I am not in on anything right now. PLRZ, 50-day moving average, as we can all see and tell, is right at this blue line. Blue line is 578. I would say first entries I would like would be somewhere in the 550s. Try to get filled at the 550s, 560s, 570s, and then get the reversal from there. That's what I'm kind of looking for, but PLRZ is the best play as of now. Anything else trying to spike right now? POAI, no. What about, again, GIBO? GIBO right now, GIBO, quick little rip and run. Still watching PLRZ closely. A 550s is where I get filled. We got up to 543. Did not get filled yet. Right now here, traders, we are staying alert and staying ready. PLRZ, by far the best play right now. By far the best stock. Can we get the 550 area, traders? I mean, we got up to 543 over on PLRZ. We were so close on PLRZ. PLRZ, I wanted that 550 area. Lazy Bunny, do you ever go long? I go long if I find news right away. But something you need to understand is when a stock spikes up 100%, it rarely ever holds. Let's go through again a little past chart history. What happened? Let's just see right here. What happened on SBEV? SBEV went from 140 to $2, $2 down to 140. Okay, cool. What happened to TAOP? TAOP spiked on up from $2, shot up to $4, $4 back down to $3. What happened to, again, JSPR? JSPR went from $2, shot up towards, again, 289, 289, back on down to 229. When it comes to these penny stocks, you have to understand it just comes on down to who buys it right when it comes on out and then dumps right back on down most of the time. Traders, I'm going to be getting filled right here over on my, PLRZ. PLRZ, first couple entries just got filled. But again, what I'm trying to get is that this is not the greatest play in the world. Let's just understand that right here and right now. A lot of these plays, a lot of these stocks here, traders, are known to spike and give a whole lot back. That's what they're known for. Spiking and dumping, spiking and dumping, spiking and dumping. Traders, I'm going to get my full position right now. Full position, cost basis, 568. 568 full position right now. 3,000 shares at this time. Full position for myself, PLRZ. 568 cost basis, got up to 614. Gonna look for a reversal, probably back on down to the VWAP. Let's put the VWAP indicator in. Where's the VWAP at? VWAP is back down to 524. If we could fall back down to sub 550, I would really like this. But right now, obviously, I want to stay underneath $6. I don't want to see this thing keep on squeezing and spiking above $6. I am shorting this play next to the 50-day moving average, aka, as we know, I'm shorting this play next to the 50-day moving average. I'm also shorting this play after almost a 100% spike. And of course, I do have 3,000 shares. I averaged in on this play. I do need to be careful. I don't want to get caught up in this play if it starts, spiking and ripping and running towards new highs. At the same time here, though, guys, I do like the opportunity to fall back on down towards the VWAP here. $6 holding up as some strong resistance. I got to be careful it doesn't break and squeeze, but I do have a game plan over on the stock. 568 is my cost basis. I'm currently down about 20 cents at this moment. Watching this one closely here. PLRZ here, traders, watching to see, are we going to break 568 cost basis? I'm shorting next to, again, the 50-day moving average after about a 100% spike, looking to see if this one is going to give back the majority of its gains. Finger on the trigger to get out of this play as a stop loss if I need to get out and need to move on. $6 still, again, testing. Right now here, traders, I would like to see that nice pullback. That's obviously what I'm looking for. I want to see if we get that pullback and that reversal right here. Start falling back on down towards the VWAP. $6 has that, little again, strong resistance area that we're looking to be able to hold on up and be able to reverse on down to. But PLRZ is where the majority of buying volume is at right now. It's still holding 590. Now, again, just a little heads on up. If we continue holding these 590 areas, I probably will get out and move on just because I don't want to get dumped on, or I don't want it to squeeze. If we can crash on down towards sub 550, though, I'll be able to make, a quick little $400 or $500. Right now, we're back to even. Right now, we're back to even at this moment. Let's see if we can get this dump. Let's see if we get this dump. It's still holding, guys. Hold on. We're almost there. We're almost there. Stick with me. Stick with me, baby. Let's see. We're trying to fight. We're trying to get that next leg lower. Trying to get that next leg lower right here. You guys can see I'm down $200, $400 right now. Guys, I'm going to get out of this play. I'm going to accept my loss right now. I don't like how it's still trying to gear up for that $6. I'm going to accept my small loss. I'm going to move on from this one right now. I'm going to accept the loss in case this one squeezes. I don't like gambling on my plays. I expect, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I expect that PLRZ is going to run up towards, again, 575 and dump on down. I do not feel comfortable when this play is floating around $6 with 3,000 shares that I could possibly get squeezed out. I would rather, again, wait for a new high, wait for this to break, and then get in on an area I feel like I'm more comfortable. Let me just, again, explain this for every single person here. Okay? What I want you guys to realize is that what was your game plan, deck? My game plan was going to be see the stock run up towards around the price of 575, 570. This was my game plan. My game plan was I was expecting this stock to slowly push itself on up, hit this area, and then fade and fall back on down. That's what I wanted. I was going to enter shorts here, enter shorts here, enter shorts here, and then watch the stock fade and fall. I do not feel comfortable, just a little heads on up, if the stock holds its gains right here, goes up to 6, comes back on up, holds up to 6, and I'm holding through this. I don't want to get squeezed. I don't want to get in trouble. This is my game plan. Right now, I don't know if we're following my game plan exactly. I don't want to gamble. I don't want to jump in and just keep holding and hoping if we're not just turning and dumping. So the thing is, I'd rather get out, start fresh, find a little bit of a better game plan that I do like. Guys, little heads on up. BGLC had a quick little spike as well. You know what I mean? Like, this is more of what I like to see on my shorts. What I like to see on my shorts is more of this. Spike on up, upper shadow, dumps back on down. You know, spike on up, upper shadow, dump right back on down. That's more of the game plan that I like when taking a look at these plays. PLRZ, more of a buyer stock right now. And again, I'm saying this as a shorter. I'm giving buyers the credit over on PLRZ right now. So again, that speaks volume. But team, and look at this, guys. PLRZ now up to 614. PLRZ testing a high of the day. So, I mean, I would rather just stick to my game plan. If something doesn't feel right, I understand that. If something doesn't feel right, I kind of say to everyone, you know what? Let me, again, be a smart trader about this. Let me move on from this. Guys, there's the PLRZ little pullback. We do have BGLC also. But yes, you know, people are always asking, guys, you know, people always say, do you ever go long on penny stocks? I like going long if I really like the press release. If I'm early and I like the press release, I like to go long. But the thing is here, traders, I would rather play odds. BGLC, can we just take a second? What did BGLC do? BGLC spiked and BGLC dumped. Would everyone agree with me on that? What did JSPR do? JSPR spiked, JSPR dumped. Okay? What did SBEV do? SBEV spiked, SBEV dumped. The thing is, if you are not in near the bottom, you are going to be in near the top. How many people do you think saw SBEV go from 140 up to 180 and bought somewhere around $2 and lost all their money? How many people do you guys think saw JSPR go from $2 up to 250, bought up near 280 and lost all their money? How many people do you guys think, you know, on TAOP? How many people, again, saw TAOP spike on up to $4, bought this play, and dump back down to $3? How many people, again, think that maybe even PLRZ right here? PLRZ, again, goes from $3, spikes up to $6, you buy it, and now, again, people lose their money. If you want to be a day trader, you have to understand that the majority of money is going to be made on the downside on day trades, not on the upside. The only way to make money on the upside, little heads up, is you have two different areas. Number one is you watch this news scanner. You watch Fox Runner like a hawk. And what I mean by that is, again, you're watching this PLRZ right here. 755, PLRZ comes out with a 3-star press release. If you guys are looking at PLRZ 755 and you guys say, oh wow, Deck, it's a 3-star press release. It came out with the word successful. It's a low float stock. And you get involved at 755, 756, 757, 758. Yes, you get involved in the first 3 minutes, there's money to be made. But I just know a lot of people are going to be a little bit after that. If you're an experienced trader, if you know how to make money, if you know what to look for, if you know what to watch in the stock market, absolutely, you guys are going to be able to crush it by buying on the long side. Same exact thing if you're taking a look right here. Hey, BGLC, I see there's a 2-star press release. BGLC, this stock again talking about Secura's $500 million. I like this. It came out at the price of a time of $805. BGLC, guess what? Stock came on out, and again, it went on a great rip and run. But as you guys can see, a lot of these plays also do give a lot back. So it's not that I don't like going on the long side. It's just a lot of penny stocks. You might get 1 out of 10 that turn into a supernova. You are going to see probably 8 out of 10 spike and then dump back on down. So that's why, again, personally, I love being able to use Foxrunner here. I love being able to get the scanner because number one, if I do see it right when it comes on out, like PLRZ, I buy in and I make money on the upside. But if I'm late, right, if I miss it, then I short it right back on down. I know what to look for. I know what to focus on. Most people miss the upside and miss the downside. And if you miss everything, then obviously you're looking for a dip buy. So again, let's think about this here for a second, traders. You must realize that stocks don't spike for no reason. Stocks spike because there is some sort of credible catalyst. There's a filing, there's a press release, there's an earnings report. The moment it comes on out, everyone bum rushes to that play. But as everyone bum rushes to that stock, it becomes overvalued very quickly. And that's where we usually see profit taking move in. So if you are saying to yourself, okay, what's the best way to trade? There are a few different ways on how to be a super successful day trader. Number one, you become a master of Foxrunner. You master this program. You see every press release the moment it comes on out and you get in quick. You see PLRZ comes on out, you buy it. You see again VCIG come on out, you buy it. You see again a hot press release come on out, you buy it. And you are the guy at the bottom. You are the guy getting involved at the very bottom of these plays. You are again watching the moment that these come on out. BGLC comes on out, you're getting involved. GIBO comes on out, you're getting involved. Right? They're all the best ones are all alerted for you right here. Just a little heads on up for you guys, by the way. So again, VCIG comes on out, you're getting involved. PLRZ comes on out, you're getting involved. You get involved in these plays the moment they come on out. The other way to be successful in stock trading is to say, you know what, I'm a little late to the game. If you're a little late to PLRZ, instead of buying it, you short it. And if you're super late, then you get ready for a possible dip buy. So there are always three different areas that you could be able to buy a play or get involved in a stock to be successful. You have to be able to ask yourself, which one do you want to be? That is, again, number one, you know what? I'm going to download Foxrunner. I'm going to, again, be the guy that is going to enter somewhere in this block. You know what? Very simple, very easy. It's not that difficult to be the guy to enter in this block. Again, traders, it's literally right here. All you got to do is look at the scanner. Look at the scanner. 3-star word. Came on out. Does have the word successful. Successful. Keyword. Buying volume starts moving in. You can be the guy in this block. Do you know how long 2 minutes is to get involved into a play? Let's just take a second here, guys. Let's just take a second. And I'll tell you how much time. And I know it doesn't seem like, 2 minutes is a lot of time to get involved into a play. But PLRZ, if you want to get in this block, this is how long it is. Ready? Let's say PLRZ comes out with news right now. PLRZ came out with news. Like, look how much time you have to get in. You have so much time to enter this play if you actually want to be early. It's not that difficult to actually be within the first 2 minutes. Like, 2 minutes is super long. Hey, guys, PLRZ came out with news. The first 2 minutes, again, you have buttloads of time. Again, Foxrunner gets it first, so you have so much time. Or, remember, you're in first. Your other option here is going to be shorting at the top. Now, again, I shorted a little too early, as you guys know, right? Where did I short? I shorted here. I shorted here. That my red line is where I shorted at. The best short would have been a little closer to $6. Or what's another great entry here, traders? The third best entry you can have is going to be for dip buys. So again, you have a few different entries, as we know. You have to be in this group. Group number one, you could be able to make money. You can also make money in grouping number two, shorting. Or you can make money in dip buyers, group number three. But you will lose almost every single time if you are trying to buy stocks after they rip because you're getting involved with shorters. You are going to lose almost every time if you try to short stocks after they come on down towards a low. And you're going to probably lose again if you try to buy stocks at record highs. So the thing is, you have to be on the right side. You cannot be buying at highs. You cannot be shorting where dip buys are going to be happening. You cannot be buying at the very tippity top, right? So PLRZ starting to explode at this point. Now, Deck, could I buy PLRZ? Well, think about this. Where do you want to get involved in? PLRZ had a great press release. Stock ran up to $6. That's where, again, main rejection's at. So many stock shorters are shorting at $6. I'm not in on this play right now. I'm out of this play. So PLRZ, guys, this stock just exploded and just had a big short squeeze. Now, what do you need to think about? Think about, again, where is the dip buy going to be? Most likely there's going to be a dip buy if a stock goes from $6 to $7, probably somewhere back up near around back on down to a 640, 650 area. That's probably the next dip buy. The strongest dip buy is going to be back down to $6. I personally, as you guys know, me personally, I like trying to find the top over on these plays. So we have, again, right now, PLRZ absolutely ripping and running. Where's the old spiking high? Where's the next strong resistance line over on PLRZ? Like, what's this area? This area right here, these old spiking highs, $8. Old spiking high, $798. Old spiking high, $798. So I like that area. You know, if, again, we start spiking on up towards $798, that's, again, a very strong old resistance line. That's an area that, obviously, again, stocks are getting a lot of, reversals at. So I would definitely do 250 shares if we, again, get up towards around the price of $790. Go ahead and short that. I would do, again, 700, another at $796. Go ahead and short that. I would do another if we got up towards around, $804. So I'm just kind of surrounding if we start getting up near around $8. If we start getting up towards $8, I would be, again, watching this one, be able to look for a squeeze and a spike and a rip and a run all the way back on up towards around some strong highs. But what I do want you guys to realize at all points is, entries is not easy. Entries, is what makes or breaks a stock. I can tell you right now, hey, PLRZ is the best play of the day. But again, entering it perfectly is a very difficult thing. Would you guys agree with me? If you guys agree, hey, everyone, smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. If you guys agree, smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. But yes, traders, again, how did we find PLRZ? Number one, you guys can see it right here, 755, 3-star press release. Or you guys can just click the news alerts button. If you guys are truly very new to trading and you have to practice finding news, that's okay. Just do the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet is just go to the news alert. And again, Fox Hunter just posts all the best news anyway. So again, you guys can see right here, 758, PLRZ came out with, again, its news. So the thing is, if you miss it on the real-time live scanner, there again, analysts just post all the best ones a minute or two right after they come on out, so you never miss it. So even if you guys were kind of doing the cheat sheet and looking here, you would have gotten filled at 758, which is around the price of like 450. So again, that's still absolutely awesome as well. I'm going to be looking for that $690 still entry here, guys. I mean that, a $798 entry for my squeeze, as you guys know. $798 entry, still my target. Right now, PLRZ setting itself up in another bull flag pattern. All eyes over on PLRZ right now. All eyes over on PLRZ. PLRZ also, little heads on up. Top gainers with news are filing on top of the board. So I want to see if we can get that one little squeeze and pop. So right here, we got up to 725. 725. I know, again, PLRZ can go crazy. I'm going to wait till my $8 plus area. Waiting for my $8 plus area. But traders, something I also want you guys to realize here is that I will always talk through every single play with you. If you are strictly a buyer of stocks, I will still alert and tell you exactly what plays I see that are doing the best rips and runs and spikes and climbs. If you are a shorter, I will show you exactly what I'm looking at. If you are a dip buyer, I will show you exactly what I'm looking at. I know, again, sometimes people want me to do a breakout or want me to do a dip buy or want me to do this or want me to do that. Again, I cannot hit every single play that you want me to do, but I will obviously talk about every single one that I can see. So again, right now, if you're saying, all right, I want to get involved in PLRZ, let's talk about it. What's the next possible entry over on PLRZ? PLRZ, number one, you will have very strong support at the old 610 area. Why 610? That's where old resistance was at. Notice how we hit 610, fell back on down, hit 610, fell back on down, hit 610, fell back on down, and then we exploded through 610. Now we formed a little bit of this upper shadow. Upper shadow's forming. Stock is now starting to get a little bit weaker. As we start fading back on down, that 610 area is going to be the next support line. You can also, which is going to be much lower, start connecting some dots. Connect the bottom trend to, again, the lowest dip. And now that's going to be another line of support for us. And that's going to be closer towards around like 560. So the thing is here, traders, you do have 610 and then you have 560. And if we do keep on spiking, we are going to look to short this play up above $8 or $7.90 to $8 is the goal. Okay? So right now here, traders, we are looking for that next possible squeeze. We might be getting some action here, traders. All eyes over on, again, PLRZ. PLRZ, we are watching to see what we can do at this moment. This play is getting a lot of hype and a lot of attention. So this play is getting all the attention at this moment. Again, my entries are going to be, I did not get filled right there, guys. We came up to 780. Where was my first entry starting on off? 790. 790, 810, 820, 830. So, I missed that one. That's still, I hope, again, we still spike ourselves on up. That's still so close to becoming a great short. That's still so close to becoming a great opportunity. Did anyone just get filled on the short side right at 780 right there? Maybe, again, you nailed it right at the very tippity top. If you guys did, congratulations. But again, 780 was the high right there. I did not get filled at this time. Yeah, no, look at this, guys. PLRZ, 0 out of 0 out of 0. Nothing I'm in at this moment. 780 would have been beautiful. My first entry started off at around 790 is where I was, again, looking to get filled. I was going to go 790 all the way up to like 850 was my goal. So, again, we're having a little bit of this pullback. I was going to try to get filled 790, 796, $8, $8.30, 840, 830. So I was again looking for a little bit higher. A little bit higher. Just a little bit is what I wanted. So right now here, traders, we'll see if we can still try to get that squeeze. We'll see if we can still try to work its way on up. Hey, you know what I will say, though? Pretty fun morning. What do you guys think about today? I like how we got a little PLRZ action. I like how we have a little bit of buying volume right now. I like how, again, the people are moving. And you know what? For, again, how active this morning is right now. For how active and how fun this morning is right now. I feel like the energy's still a little bit low. Do you guys mind if we crank things on up a little bit? Do you guys mind if, again, we turn the knob a little bit over to the left? Do you guys imagine if we, again, start flipping the switch a little bit? Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to get jacked on up. If you guys haven't yet, hit that thumbs on up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. Go ahead, make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll for a big day ahead. It is going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Everyone here is fired up. Everyone here is excited. Hit that thumbs on up. Hit me with a good old Deckmart trades. Ah-hoo! Let me see that you're here. Let me see that you're pumped. Right now here, baby. We got ourselves going. We got our entries all set. Waiting to see what we can do here. Oh! 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 Obviously, as traders, we are watching to see, are we going to be able to break on up that 790 mark? We have room to run up towards around 850, 875. And obviously, we're pumped for this day. PLRZ right here, traders. How high can this thing go up to? I mean, take a look at the past chart history pattern. If we take a look at the past chart history pattern, I don't want this. I hate when it does that. I'm going to go back to like a 60-minute time frame. 60-minute time frame here, traders. Let's try to extend this a little bit more. The reason why I was looking for this resistance line up near around $8, and the 60 minutes kind of tough to follow. Let's just go back to the daily chart. The daily chart, we kind of have to squeeze it a little bit, unfortunately. But what do you guys realize? Look how many times, I'm going to move this over. Look how many times we have come on up right towards around like $8, $8.20. $8, $8.20, reversal. $8, $8.20, reversal. Here's again $8, reversal. Here's $8, reversal. Can everyone see this right here? I just want to make sure I'm being perfectly clear. There is a reason why I was putting shorts between the prices of $8 all the way up towards like $8.50. What it really came on down to is I was looking at this big barrier here. I was saying to myself, you know what? I think there's a great chance that we are going to hit this area and we're going to fall back on down. Because that's also the area we hit right here and we fell on down. And we hit it right here and we fell on down. And we hit it right here and we fell on down. So if we hit this area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times and we reversed and then we just started fading and falling, this area right here is probably going to be one of the stronger resistance lines. That is probably going to be an area that's going to be very difficult to be able to break and stay above. So that's why when I was getting myself involved over on PLRZ and why I was saying to myself, hey guys, let me look for a possible short. I loaded up a whole bunch of shares at the area that I did. You know, again, when we take a look at this right here, guys, again, I was going to get filled at 790, 796, 804, 812, 830, 840, 843, 829. I was looking for $8 to $820 to $840. Like, that's what I was looking for. As you can see, we just came up short of that. We came up to 780. Now, I am going to leave my orders for right now, just in case, again, that stock does work itself back on up. But I do just want to make sure you guys understand like what my thought process was on why I was looking for that trade. Remember here, guys, I am never going to sit on the stream and just basically say, hey, I'm doing this, everyone copy me. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm saying, hey, I'm doing this because I see this. I'm doing this because, again, we have X here. X here equals Y here. We are doing this because we have this reasoning. We want to make sure that we break it on down in every single way. All eyes are over on PLRZ at this moment. Right here, traders, PLRZ. Still keeping our eyes peeled on this one. Want to see if this one does pop. We also do have, guys, 8:30 press release starting on up in 1 minute. 8:30 press release starting on up here in 1 minute. So we might get the 8:30 press release wave, bringing in a lot of momentum. And we also do have PLRZ right now going for that possible squeeze. So we have PLRZ trying to squeeze, and then we also have the 8:30 press release wave right now. All eyes, PLRZ trying to get back above $7 and squeeze. We also have a few plays. Guys, FTEEL was one that had news last night. FTEEL did just get another little press release right now. RYOJ, let's see this one. RYOJ, not too much here. NRXP talking about FDA. So NRXP right here announces Food and Drug Administration receipt. Okay, doesn't have that much hype. Accelerate through a partnership. XHLD. Nope, nothing there yet. If anyone sees anything going on big rips and runs out of 8:30. VWAV right here. VWAV talks about drone to be developed in partnership with Blade Ranger. So we do have a little partnership press release. Not that much buying volume yet. So if you are looking for the long side, remember, you want to go through these 8:30 press releases and see what's maybe starting to creep its way on up with some buying volume. Right now, I'm not seeing much creep its way on up. So no big spikes just yet. No big runs out of 8:30. No big spikes, no big runs out of 8:30 just yet. SGMO. Again, SGMO, that one had a spike this morning, came dumping back on down. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Alan, TJ, Israel, and friends. Can Good morning, Joyful Journey. Ross, good morning. We're just getting ourselves, of course, excited across the board, making sure that we are doing things right. I think our main attention here today, guys, is going to be PLRZ. I think our main attention across the board right here for every single person is going to be PLRZ. I do think, again, that's where trade is going to be focusing on. That's where trade is going to be looking at. That's where, again, trade is going to be having the main gist towards right now. PLRZ, there's a chance that this one is going to fall on down towards the VWAP here pretty soon. I do believe that that's probably going to be around the highs. There's a good chance that we fall on down towards the VWAP. If you guys have made some good money so far on the day on PLRZ, if that's on the upside or on the downside, you guys are, again, absolutely crushing it. This is by far the hottest play of the day at this time. Hey, let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about some other plays. Let's talk about some other opportunities here. So, we will watch PLRZ to see if it gets any sort of squeeze. I'm actually going to move my level 2 to the other screen because right now I do want to kind of, go through the Fox Runner news alerts and see what we have here this morning. So let's talk about, again, the news alerts. Let's, break this on down from start to finish and make sure that we are all fully aware of what's going on in this market so that we are ready to rock and roll on this day. So, number 1 right here. It says, what do you think of Michael Saylor and his Bitcoin buying? Traders, this was all over the internet last night. It says MicroStrategy's market cap is now worth $10 billion less than their Bitcoin holdings. Guys, what do you guys think of this chart right here? Isn't this chart a little scary? Isn't this chart a little wild when you guys think about this? Now, what's the issue? The issue is, for anyone who does not know, Michael Saylor is the world's largest Bitcoin holder. He owns more Bitcoin than countries, than our entire government. He is singularly, his company owns more Bitcoin than anyone else, any other country in the world. Now, the thing that has happened is that their company, MSTR, MicroStrategy, which is just called Strategy now, no one cares about the actual company. No one cares about the company's revenues. No one cares about what the company does. People just see it as a proxy, as a way to invest in Bitcoin. Now, when I say proxy, what do I mean? I am saying that no one actually cares about the company. They just say, let me buy MSTR and it'll do whatever Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes up, MSTR goes up because Michael Saylor owns the most amount of Bitcoin. So the thing is, his company will rise if Bitcoin goes on up. But the issue is, we've never seen anything like this before, right? We have a company that is worth $10 billion less. $10 billion less. Like, should that be shown in the chart right here? We basically have a company that's not doing anything anymore, and all it is from Bitcoin holdings. So is this one big fugazi, and are we going to see MSTR absolutely dump all the way on down? You can see MicroStrategy is down 12% yesterday and 57% since October 6th. We can see at this moment, Bitcoin holdings, 55.2 billion. Debt holdings, 8.2 billion. Cash revenue, 1.4 billion. Bitcoin holdings, 48.4 billion. Market cap, 45 billion. So it's almost like we have a company that's not worth nearly as much as what we evaluate it as. Like, MSTR in reality could come crashing all the way back on down towards like $50. And we've already gone from nearly $500 to $173, and it might go even lower. I mean, this is basically like, some people call it a Ponzi scheme. Other people say it's not a Ponzi scheme. Some people say it's just something we've never seen before. But it is very interesting to see how the chart's reacting over on this type of play. What do we have right here? The S&P 500. Ooh, let me scroll on down. The S&P 500 right now is now 7 months in a row of green. Yes, for anyone who does not know, November was able to squeak out the smallest of wins yesterday. Over on the last day of November. I think that was Friday. We were able to squeak out just the littlest bit. Right now is the longest winning streak in the S&P 500 since November of 2018. What do you guys think about that? Since November of 2018, we are now on this 9-month run. 9 months of consistently green. That's why when you see a dip, you got to be ready to pull the trigger. The S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the United States. We have to realize that when dips come, they are opportunities. Not a time to run away, they are a time to profit. So all the way since what, guys? All the way since April, we are seeing, right? Or actually, January here. Even April, when we got that massive dump, we recovered so quickly, right? It's pretty crazy to think about this. We are consistently winning and winning and winning. What else do we have here, traders? Little heads on up. Tesla revenue stays stagnant. Now, little heads on up here, guys. We're going to jump back to this. I am seeing PLRZ kind of gearing up a little bit. So PLRZ starting to gear up a little bit. I just want to be careful on this one. As this one, again, starts to squeeze and spike, and as it starts getting a little bit more momentum, I do just want to be careful in case this one does start getting that pop that I don't get like kind of unaware that it's happening. So just a little heads on up. I just want to take a little bit of a step back here over on Fox Runner and more just kind of focus and make sure we don't miss PLRZ if that one does rip and run. You know what I mean? So PLRZ still kind of gearing up here. See if that one is going to pop. Do you still like your same entries of 790? I still like my 790 entries. I do think, though, if it pops, we could be seeing all the way up towards like 875 or so. So just make sure that you are fully aware of that we could be seeing up near around like 875, up towards around $9 if this one does get one of those big pops. Now, we have seen, like, let's take a look at where we break resistance at, okay? So this is kind of what I'm more nervous about. If we break resistance, we had resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. What happened when we broke through resistance on PLRZ? It exploded, right? If we do something very similar to that, like right here, you guys could see, come up to resistance, come up to resistance. If we break that, I do have that feeling that there's a chance that we could possibly like explode. Explode up towards $8, $9. So I am going to right now here, traders, I have 0 orders currently set. 0 orders set. Just because I'm a little bit nervous that we have hit 780 once, hit 780 twice, and now you know what's happening? I'm going to show you guys exactly what's happening at this moment. What we're actually seeing now is a trap for shorts. And what I mean by this is what we saw initially. People shorted here, people shorted here, people shorted here, and then they set their stop losses. They say, hey, if it comes up to this area, we'll get out. This big spike that occurred happened because all shorters got out. Now, what do you guys think is happening here? We are going to be having shorters here, shorters on the next attempt, and everyone's going to have a stop loss right here. What do you guys think is going to happen if all of a sudden PLRZ does get that 790 break? It's going to most likely go like this. And that's what kind of it makes me a little bit nervous. So I do not want to be adding shorts where a possible squeeze may begin. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, everyone? So I'm going to cancel my orders. I do want you guys to just be aware. Again, I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway. We did get rejected once again at 780. We just had another 780 rejection right there. So 780 once, 780 twice. If we break 780, we could be seeing up towards around like $10 potentially. 2 780 areas, guys. So let's continue to keep our eyes peeled on PLRZ, but let's get back to, again, some education. Let's get back to, again, everything else we have going on with this day. All right? Let's go back to this. Tesla's revenue right now is staying stagnant. Why is Tesla's revenue dropping? Traders, anyone realize this? Since, again, June of 2023, we actually haven't seen Tesla's revenue grow or expand. We actually haven't seen Tesla be able to move itself on up. Tesla, again, it's been a little stagnant. What's happening right here? Well, we're having weakening vehicle demand and deliveries, decline in regulatory credits, price cuts, end of US EV tax credits, and again, rising competition and market saturation. So traders, for anyone who does not know, Tesla really got on the map back in around 2019, 2020. Tesla exploded like Nvidia did. Tesla was Nvidia back in 2019. So if you guys are newer to the market, you haven't been in the market for the last 6 years, just like Nvidia exploded, Tesla exploded back in 2019. Then what eventually happened? Markets all started making their own cars. Tesla was the first ever to produce actual EV vehicles. I know it sounds crazy, but Teslas have only been on the road for the last 6 years. Isn't that crazy to think about? They seem like they've been around forever. It's only been the last 6 years. That's it. So the thing is, when Teslas first started getting produced and actually on the roads, people started buying this like crazy. Nvidia. Hey, we've never seen chips like this before. Everyone starts buying it like crazy. Is there going to be a point that Nvidia competition is going to catch up. It's going to get oversaturated. Because maybe this is different though. And why is it different? Because it's going to be harder for people to catch up to Nvidia's chips. But maybe people make chips that aren't as good at Nvidia's, but they're still worthy enough to get purchase orders and steal competition, steal money, steal again possible Nvidia's revenue. That's what happened on Tesla. Tesla again went on this massive spike and had a massive pullback. Because why? Because competition caught up to it. People had a massive pullback. Why? Because again, General Motors, Ford, Toyota, BMW, Porsche, everyone else started coming out with the electric vehicles because they saw how much money was in on it. So a lot of people did that, little heads on up, which again hurt Tesla very bad. So the thing is here, traders, Tesla has to do something new. What can Tesla do that's new to bring its revenues on up? Is it going to be humanoid robots? Is it going to be doing the self-driving vehicles, like Uber, having the cyber cab? Like, what's going to be happening there? That's what we want to see out of Tesla coming up in the future. So right now here, traders, kind of some key points to be thinking about. MicroStrategy, basically upside down in water right now. Very unique play. The S&P 500, longest winning streak since 2018 without a red month. As of now, Tesla revenues are just moving sideways at this moment. What else do we have here? Very interesting. People always want to be asking, are we going to be having a Santa Claus rally? Traders, this is what's nuts about this. Okay, ready? Are we going to be having a Santa Claus rally? These are all the main key points. Number one, the Federal Reserve was all the way down to a 30% chance that we were not going to have rate cuts in December. That's when the market was fading and falling. Now, let's see what it's at. What are the chances that the Federal Reserve is going to have rate cuts next week? An 87% chance. There is an 87% chance that we are going to have a rate cut next week. When the markets are falling, it was a 30% chance. Now the markets are coming all the way back up towards highs. We are about to cut rates again, which is going to propel the markets even more forward. What else is happening? We also know that this year, we are seeing the majority of Wall Street institutions underneath their annual rate of return. This year, we are seeing Wall Street have their poorest performance that they have had in years. And you might say, why is that? There was such high conviction that we were going to fall into a recession due to, again, tariffs earlier this year, that a lot of big Wall Street firms did not put major money into the markets. And now they have 1 month to make it up. 1 month to make their billionaire clients happy. So they are going to be putting so much money into the market in this final, again, month and saying to themselves, hey, hopefully we can recover some of this. Well, the Federal Reserve is now cutting rates. Hundreds of billions of dollars being flooded into the market. And now, take a look at this. The Federal Reserve is now pumping money into the market. It says the Federal Reserve, through its standing repo facility, injected $13.5 billion into the U.S. banking system via overnight. So literally, last night, we saw the Fed's Reserve putting $13.5 billion into the banking system. That's kind of crazy to think about, isn't it? That's pretty wild to be thinking about. So, Federal Reserve putting in more money here. We all seeing the bond market losing. Usually when stocks are up, bonds are down. So again, that works. Right now there's been a 64-month pullback over on the bond market. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say right now, probably bonds are not a good thing, right? Stay away from bonds. Little heads on up, NIFV. NIFV just came out with a press release. NIVF. NIVF, guys, starting to get a little bit of hype. Keep your eyes peeled over on NIVF, getting a little bit of momentum. What else do we have here? Guys, very important. This is, again, all these are very important. Again, this is why I love doing this every morning, to kind of get myself prepared. Nvidia has a brand new partnership. Nvidia has just partnered with SYN. Nvidia and Synopsys announced strategic partnership to revolutionize engineering and design. So Nvidia and Synopsys. Right here on December 1st, Nvidia announced a major strategic partnership, including a $2 billion equity investment. So, this is not a little penny stock. But what we usually see is what's like CoreWeave. I think, is this it? CoreWeave. I remember when Nvidia bought in a CoreWeave, right? Does anyone remember what happened? This play went from $50 and shot up towards $185. This is when Nvidia said they partnered with them. Nvidia went on this rally. Does anyone remember when SCRV right here, they got a partnership with Nvidia right here. And the stock went from $2 and shot up to $24. Well, remember, SYN is a much bigger company. Okay? So I do want you guys to realize that and what am I? Oh, SNPS, excuse me. SNPS is a much bigger company. It's already, again, a $400 stock. So I don't know if it's going to explode in that manner. But what I do want you to be aware of is we do have a brand new partnership with Nvidia, and that's with SNPS. So SNPS, make sure that you guys are aware that is Nvidia's newest partnership where they have now invested $2 billion into that company. We might see SNPS move itself on up and start getting a nice spike and rip and run. It's a pretty good price to be able to buy it as well, down near the low 400s. Okay? What else do we have here, traders? Dan Ives, if you guys are interested in reading Dan Ives, he's saying, again, all these plays are going to be extremely bullish in 2026. He's a very big, trader. He's usually on CNBC, but this is just saying, again, coming on up in 2026, that's his thought process. Best performing stocks of the S&P 500. Best performing stocks of the S&P 500. Now, this is just not random growth plays. These are good, credible companies. So the best stocks so far this year within the S&P 500 has been WDC. Western Digital Corporation. Stock's been, again, where was the stock earlier this year? The lowest it was $29. $29 to $166. I mean, that is pretty crazy. What about Hood? Hood, guys. What has Hood done this year? Hood, at the beginning of the year, and it was up a little bit in the beginning of the year, but the low point, it went from $30 to $150. Hood. Did anyone get themselves involved in WDC? Did anyone get themselves involved in Hood? Anyone, again, pull the trigger earlier over on these plays? These are, you guys can look into the rest of this list right here, but that's a nice little list at this time. And then the rest of this now is the early morning press releases. So again, TAOP this morning at 6:50 in the morning. You guys can see, again, CRDO. These are all the press releases, again, earlier this morning right here. So make sure that you guys are all set. Monday's top gainers, all major headlines. Jasper, JSPR, SBEV, that was earlier this morning. So again, all the press releases that have now come on out. All right. So want to make sure, again, you guys are all set. Want to make sure that you guys are all good. Want to make sure every single trader is aware of all the best plays out there so that you guys are consistently making money. And you guys are all set, ready to get after it. So let's get back over to PLRZ right here. Let's get back over to PLRZ. Traders, I also do have some good news as well. Hold on one second. Let me put this back. Make sure that we're all good. Put this all back. So, good news as well is just a little heads on up. I want to see if I can show you this. Is that right now here, team, the Fox Runner app is now coming on out for Apple. So again, Fox Runner hit me up this morning and say, Sean, go ahead, download the app, test it out for us, make sure everything's working smooth. But they are going to make an announcement later on this afternoon saying, again, the Fox Runner app for Apple is now out. So just a little heads on up. It's kind of secret right now, just a little heads on up, but I will let you guys know that I'm just kind of testing it out right now, and it is all set, ready to rock and roll. I know they have it out for Android at this moment, but again, they are going to be getting it. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can fit it on the screen right here. I don't know if it's going to be able to show. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Yeah. All right, you can't see it, but basically every single stock that has come on out with, again, a hot keyword, I've gotten alerted on it so far. So every single stock that has come on out with a keyword, I don't know if you can see it, but it's getting pushed to my phone, which is absolutely awesome. So the thing is, every single press release that's worthy is getting sent to my phone and is right on my home screen. So just a heads on up, you guys are going to be getting that announcement later on for everyone that's signed up for it. So you guys are going to be able to download it now over on your iPhones, which is going to be absolutely incredible. absolutely awesome, and it's working perfectly right now, which I'm absolutely jacked up about it. They only have keywords right now. They are going to be adding next the news alerts, push alerts. So they're going to be adding not only keywords, but also news alerts, and then also specific stocks. So if you want to get alerted on every single time a certain stock comes out, you can do that as well. So they got a few new things coming on out as well, just little heads on up. Hey, let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to get jacked on up. Let's get ready to get after this day. But for all those Fox Runner users, just want to give that announcement. That'll be coming out here probably later today. Traders, all eyes over on PLRZ. All eyes over on PLRZ right now. All attention, all focus, PLRZ for every single trader. PLRZ, let's see if this thing squeezes. Remember what I said, everyone is setting stop losses right here. We might see at this moment, traders, just little heads on up, okay? This could be fun. This could be exciting right here, right? I want to make sure you guys understand right now, we might have a potential short squeeze. Now, why do I say that? Everyone take a look at this. We are set up perfectly for a short squeeze. You can already see a short squeeze happen over on PLRZ at this area. What we notice and what happens on short squeezes is number one, you must establish resistance. We established resistance the first time at the price of $6. Hit $6, hit $6, hit $6, then breakout. Notice we established resistance at 780. Hit 780, hit 780, hit 780. We are looking for the potential breakout. So the way a short squeeze works, just a heads up very quickly, is that every single person at this time shorts at resistance. But what else do? They place stop losses above their shorts. The more times they get rejected, the more shorters feel confident, which means the more entries that are going to be happening. But the moment that this does break is the moment that all shorters get out at the same time, leading towards the next rip and run. Right here, we are having shorters enter, shorters enter, shorters enter. Now, if we can break these shorters, we are going to have major stop losses get hit all at the same time, which will lead to that explosion. But if we keep getting rejected, let's say we fall back on down once again here, we are going to be seeing more shorts and more shorts until one or two things either happen. The stock dumps on off and everyone gives up, or until we have so many shorts on this play, if it ever can somehow find the strength to break through it, the stock would absolutely explode all the way up towards new highs. So take a look right now. PLRZ, spike and dump, spike and dump, spike and dump. I do not have any issue whatsoever if you guys want to short this play right now. Zero issue if you want to short. But I will say this. If this stock goes above the price of $8, you better get the heck out of there. So if you want to short PLRZ right now, I do not mind it in any sort of way. Any sort of shape or form, go ahead and short PLRZ. But if this stock breaks the price of $8, you better run for your life, because this play could squeeze all the way up towards $9, $10, $11 then. How many short orders are probably entering at 780, 780, 780? So this is a great way to think right now. Hey, let me short right now. Let me have a stop loss at the price of $8. If it hits $8, I'm out. No ego. No, again, being like, maybe it'll come back down. No, that is death time. That's the death circle. You do not do that. All right? It's almost like basically saying, oh, I'm going to go into the ocean and I'm going to tie a stake around me. Let me not do that. Right? Let me not, short a play after, again, it's set up for a short squeeze. Right? So, PLRZ, no issue whatsoever if you guys want to short this play. But again, an $8 stop loss is an absolute must. It is not an option. It is mandatory. That is, again, a Sean Dekmar mandatory move. All right? I say that because I love you. I say that because I want you guys to be as smart as you can. Iggy letting us know TLRY has been halted from news. Little heads up for everyone. TLRY halted on news. Squeeze Ape. Yes, that is. Again, maybe I shouldn't have told everyone, but Squeeze Ape, that is it. If you want to download it and check it on out right now. I know, again, Fox Runner is going to be making an announcement coming up in the future. So again, like probably, today or tonight, they're going to be saying you guys are all good. I probably wasn't supposed to say that, but I will just kind of say it right now that it is out, but they wanted me to test it. Everything's working good, so I'm sure it's fine. But they're probably going to make the announcement later on today that you guys can go download it. But maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, Fox Runner, if you guys are listening. I didn't mean to, again, spill the beans right there on the Apple store. I know you guys are still just trying to perfect everything. Right here, PLRZ. Let's see what we have at this moment. What do you guys think right now? Everyone, again, throw one out there. Are we going to break out or are we going to crack? Are we going to break out right now or are we going to crack? Right now, it's close. I mean, traders are trying to do both sides here. All eyes over on PLRZ. Traders are looking for both sides here. So right now, traders, let's kind of review this at this moment, okay? Right now, at this moment, when we're taking a look over on PLRZ, we are having that pullback, that $8 resistance. It is still holding on up. Guys, here's that big pullback, that big drop, weakness at this moment. So here, traders, as you guys can see, PLRZ, big drop, big weakness, $8 is still holding on up. So $8 here, traders. We have not been able to break it. We have not been able to kind of, squeeze through this anymore. So, guys, what I want you guys to understand right now. PLRZ trying to hold. Guys, where would you say is the next line of support? Next line of support. Right here. Can anyone see this play? So this is what I want. Right now, we all know one thing. PLRZ is the #1 top gainer in the stock market. PLRZ is currently up 127%. This is by far the stock that every single trader is looking at. If you want to trade this play, you have a very simple area to do this. You, #1, do a short at 780. #2 is going to be stop loss up near the price of $8. And #3, if it does start squeezing through this area, guess what? You are going to be getting ready for the breakout. If this stock does start coming on down towards this mark right here, that is where you're going to have your next dip buy opportunity. And if this stock again does get a break through this mark right here, that is where you probably are going to want to have your stop loss. So essentially, the way that you guys can trade this play is just by looking at this chart. Let me take a screenshot of this and let's basically, try to write this out together so that you guys can understand the right way to be able to trade this. So let me again, break this on down at this moment so that you guys can understand it in the most simple and easiest terms. Let's go with #1. Let's just go with black right here. What does black represent? Black right here is going to represent your stop loss. Okay? Black right here is going to represent a stop loss. Right? The purple right here is going to represent a dip buy. Right? So if we want to, you guys could say, all right, hey, yeah, I want to go ahead and look for that dip buy opportunity. So this is right here, dip buy. So you guys get your dip buy right here. What is the red going to represent? The red is going to represent a shorting entry. So if you guys are interested, you guys can go right here. You guys can check this on out and you guys can say to yourself, all right, hey, if I want to get filled on this play, it is going to be for shorting entry. So that's going to be very nice for you guys to be able to have a great opportunity. And then on top of that, guys, if you guys get up towards the blue area, we know that that is going to be our breakout, right? That is going to be the area where, again, stocks can start squeezing and that's where that stock could be able to start squeezing out shorts. And that's where, again, a lot of that hype and momentum could be able to move on in. So that's where, again, short squeeze can be able to occur. That's where that breakout, that's where that spike, and that's where that, move is going to be looking at. So really a very simple area to be able to take a look at this is stop loss, dip buy, short entry, and again, big time squeeze. Does that make sense, everyone? Agreement. So those are going to be the best plays that you guys can be able to do. That's going to be the best plays that you guys are going to be able to kind of get that understanding and be able to say, all right, hey, this makes sense for me. So let's continue to keep our eyes peeled over on this play. Let's see if this one's going to be able to get a breakout. And PLRZ, I'm going to post that over in chat for you guys, all right? So right now, traders, PLRZ still our best play. PLRZ, full game plan. This is a trade idea. A trade idea for you guys to be able to make money. A trade idea for guidelines for you guys to be able to follow. A trade idea for you guys to be able to have some sort of plan and not feel like you're just completely lost in the dark. PLRZ. Traders, anything big at 9 o'clock? Do you guys see anything big at 9 o'clock right here? I don't think there's anything too massive. I don't think there's anything too massive just yet. It's just, it really comes on down to the PLRZ show. PLRZ show. I don't want to cover up the entire screen, but this is where we're at. This is what we're focusing on right here, okay? Is there anything we're missing? Just a little heads on up here, traders. Is there anything we're missing? TLRY did just come out with news, but again, it's not really spiking or doing too much, but TLRY was halted, did just come out with some news. Let's again turn our attention over towards TLRY as well. TLRY, let's see, what's the news over on this play? What is this? TLRY. I think it's just a stock split. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to see what we have. So we also have this, you know, not this, not those guys of fashion. TLR use a hold from analyst. I don't know if that's it. I'm not really seeing any news from the company. Does anyone have anything over on TLRY on why the stock is, you know, kind of having this big gap up? I assume it's a stock split. The stock split news. So if a stock is going from 70 cents up towards 7.95, it has to be a stock split. So it's definitely TLRY, stock split news. This stock is not really up 900%. It's a stock split, which is why the stock is getting that momentum. So PLRZ. So we are all set right here. Let's continue to keep our eyes peeled on this. Boom, boom, boom. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, just a little heads on up. We did extend the Cyber Monday sale to today. Today's the last day, 12-2. So today is the last day of the Cyber Monday sale. Little heads on up. For anyone who wants to get on it, this is it. This is the final hurrah. This is it here, traders. If you guys want to join the squad, join the winning team, joining the best looking group of traders in the world, joining again the 6-foot+ massive starting group, varsity, not JV, absolute group of killers, baby. Get on over here. Make sure you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Tradecaster.com, tradecaster.com. It is the final hurrah. Today's the last day of the sale. Take advantage of it right here and right now. Let's get ready to go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Deck, is the lifetime membership access same as annual membership? Well, I mean, the annual membership, you only have access for a year. Lifetime is you pay and you never have to pay again. So if you get the lifetime membership, you will never have to pay a single dollar on tradecaster.com for the rest of your life. Deck and Fox Runner, do you use all the news tab press release? They look like they are both the same. Deck and Fox Runner, do you use the all news or press release? No, I just use the all news. So basically, just a little heads on up. This news, the all news tab, is the same exact thing as the press release tab. It's just the press release tab doesn't have the big header. So if you don't like this big header right here, you can just go to the press release tab and it kind of just eliminates the big header. But I'll be honest, I probably never spend time in here. I know for a fact that their next update is they're just allowing this to be able to be hidden if you wanted to. So they're actually getting rid of the press release tab, little heads on up. They actually told me that just because some people don't like it, so they're actually going to allow this to be hidden if you just want to kind of like hide this coming on up. But the press release tab is just basically the same exact thing as the all news tab without like the big header. But I like seeing the big header. PLRZ, EB, FTEEL. And then I just kind of go through this, and whenever I need to know what stocks are hot, I just go through the news alerts as well. So that you guys are all good. Ready, rock. And actually, funny enough, I just got the email as well, guys. You guys are all good. If you guys have Fox Runner, you guys can actually go right now to the Apple Store, and you guys can actually go download the Fox Runner app. So again, on your phone, you guys can now download the Fox Runner app. So just the heads on up, the Fox Runner app over on the Apple Store is now live for every single trader, where you guys will be able to get the news scanner. This is the first ever news scanner on a phone that's in real time. You guys will get push alerts to your phone as well. They look like this, you know, where you guys do get these push alerts over on your phone, and you guys could see it, you know, so you guys get everything that you guys need. I know there's going to be a lot of updates coming to the app, but they just said, all right, yeah, we're good. So if you guys want to, if you guys have Fox Runner, you guys can download it now on your phone over on your Fox Runner mobile app, if that's on Android or on iPhone. I'll drop that link over here in chat as well. So that's all good. Ready to rock. Shout out to that team. All right. Traders, amazing job, amazing work. Team, what we're going to do right now is I want to take about a 5-minute quick little breather. I want to get a new, glass of water. I want to make sure that we're all set, ready to go. We're going to take a quick little 5-minute break, and then we're going to get after it on this day. We're going to try to make as much money as we possibly can. We are going to absolutely crush it. Make sure we're making as much money as we could possibly be. All right? Team, let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's get ready to do this. Let's get ready to absolutely crush it. Let's get ready to have some fun. I love you guys. Hey. Quick little 5 to 10 minute break. Go to the bathroom, walk your dog, make love, whatever you guys need to do. 5 to 10 minute break, and we're getting after it on this day. Hit that thumbs on up right here and right now. Smash that thumbs on up. Let's have an amazing day ahead. Let's get ready to make this money. I'll see you guys then. 5-minute, 10-minute break. I'll see you guys back here in just a little bit. Let's do it, team. Oh, thank you again, Ty Daniel, to try going ahead and subscribing to the chat. I appreciate you guys. Ty Daniel, now subscribed over on Twitch. Thank you. 5-minute break. We're back to the action. Sometimes, guys, you give yourself that little 5-minute breather and you start waking the heck up. Sometimes you give yourself that 5-minute breather and you get yourself a little jacked up here. Again, when I get it. Traders, I get it. It's bright and early in the morning. People are saying to themselves, you know what? I'm a little sleepy. But you know what? At this moment, you can't be sleepy because there's money to be made. There's an ATM machine with an unlimited amount of cash, and all you need to know is the fucking passcode. So let's figure out this passcode today. I want it to be raining dollar bills on you today. Everyone close your eyes. Close your eyes right now. Everyone do it with me. Close your eyes. My eyes are closed, I know, but they are. You can't see them, but they're closed. And now imagine me with dollar bills falling all over me. Okay, maybe again, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Maybe I don't think that was the best example because, again, maybe our imaginations got a little wild there. But I'm saying I want that for everyone. Today's going to be a day where I need your enthusiasm. I need your energy. I need you turning up a little bit. And I want you to get ready to go. So let's break down this day. Let's make sure, if you guys have not yet, you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Smash that thumbs on up. Get pumped. It's Cyber Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. I'm jacked up. I'm jacked up. I'm jacked up. Yeah, everything's okay. Don't worry. No, that was just me getting a little jacked up. Yeah, I know. I sounded like the fire alarm. I know it sounds like the fire alarm. It's just because I'm so freaking hot. All right. Let's go. Let's talk about what we have. Let's talk about the best plays of the day. Let's break it on down, start to finish. Make sure you know exactly what to be looking for and making sure that you guys are all ready to rock. There will not be a play that we miss. There will not be a play that you do not know of. There will not be any confusion at the start of the day. We will make sure that at the start right here, every single person will be having confidence to be able to go ahead and trade this market. So let's do exactly that right here and right now. Right now, your number one top gainer is TLRY. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. TLRY, everyone cross it off your list. TLRY had a reverse stock split. What essentially that means is the company is doing so bad, they take shares away from the company so that the shares that are left are now more valuable. The company doesn't change any share price. The company doesn't become more valuable. It's just, imagine this, guys. Imagine if there were 100 shares available and now you took away 90 of them and now there's only 10 shares available. Those 10 shares are now more valuable. It doesn't make the company more valuable, but it's just those 10 shares are now more valuable. If the company's worth $1,000 with 100 shares, you take away 90, you can adjust the price of those other 10 shares to still keep the company at the price of $1,000. Does that make sense? So really what happens here is we have a tactic. The tactic is our company sucks. Let's change the stock price and try to rejuvenate a little bit of fire. So a lot of these small microcap plays are going to be doing reverse stock splits to make them look like a little bit more of a legitimate company. Now, blue chip stocks have the opposite problem. Good, healthy, credible stocks do not have reverse stock splits. They have normal stock splits. A stock split is when maybe a company gets too expensive and now we're pricing out investors. $1,000 per share. So what they do is change their price and drop on down towards $100 per share. We've seen Tesla do this. Tesla used to be at a $1,200 company and they dropped on down towards $100. We've seen Nvidia do this. Nvidia go on up towards $1,000 and again have a stock price. We've seen GameStop do this. GameStop was all the way up at $500, had a stock split, so again, they're lower. So the thing is, a lot of times when a stock is extremely in high demand, a lot of companies don't want to price out investors, so they make the stock cheaper by giving more shares out, but again, allowing the stock to be a more cheaper amount. So a lot of times your grandparents, you might say, oh, how many shares of Apple do you have? And they might be like, let's say like 5,000. And you're like, 5,000 shares of Apple? Yeah, it's like $3 million. But they might have started with only 100 shares. Then the stock moves on up. They have a stock split. Now Apple gives them more shares. Now, again, they have 400 shares. Then the stock moves on up. They have a stock split. And then Apple gives them more shares. Because as you have a reverse stock split, it takes shares away. When you have a stock split, you get more shares. So the thing is, over time, you might again get more shares from holding a blue chip stock that gets overvalued, or not overvalued. The stock price is just so high that they change again the prices. So reverse stock splits and stock splits are something that happens in the market all the time. It's nothing special. It looks like TLRY is up 900%. It's not really up 900% this morning. Just a heads up for every single person. Other than that, PLRZ is the best play of the day. PLRZ is by far the best stock of today, and the stock that everyone should be focusing on. When we're taking a look at what is the best play of the day, top gainers with news and filings, click the See All tab. See All, what can we see at this moment? Apparently nothing at this time. Let me again refresh my Fox Runner here for a second. But what we have over on, again, PLRZ, little heads on up here, guys, for every single person. Here we go. I just had to do a quick little refresh. Is again, PLRZ, 3-star press release, 121% gain. What do we have at this moment? It says PLRZ announces successful completion of key manufacturing upscale milestone for its nasal spray platform. So we have the word successful. Successful is a good keyword. Whenever you have the word successful brings in a lot of hype. So it's one of your easy keywords to kind of stand on out. It says PLRZ has a successful completion of key manufacturing upscale milestone for its nasal spray platform. Now, this is the hype. This is the reason on why all buying volume has moved in on this play. When we take a look over on PLRZ, this play has been explosive. It really has been. And this is the beauty of waking up early. So many new traders don't know you can trade in pre-market. I remember I didn't know this when I first started. When I first started stock trading, I would say to myself, man, if I could find the plays before they spiked up 300%, I could make so much money. Well, again, that's the whole point right here. The whole point is we want you guys to be able to find all the plays before they explode. Find these plays before they go on the big rip and runs. For instance, right here, PLRZ came out with a 3-star press release at the time of 7:55. If you guys are just watching Fox Runner News Scanner, you see it at 7:55. 7:55, 3-star press release. Comes on out, guess what? You buy it at 7:55, 7:56, 7:57, 7:58, 7:59, 8 o'clock. You buy it within the first, again, 10 minutes. PLRZ, you have all this opportunity to profit. So PLRZ has been by far the best play, by far the best stock. And if you're awake early, you can buy this play, or you can buy this play at 7 in the morning as long as you're just watching the scanners. So PLRZ goes on this massive rip and run, and this is where all the activity is at. This is where all the volatility is at. This is where all the momentum is at. So PLRZ goes on this huge climb and huge spike, which is great. Now, PLRZ here, traders, as again buying volume moved in on this play, we now have to figure out what is the best way to actually trade this, okay? PLRZ, the best way to actually trade this is, you guys could see, let's just get our main resistance lines. Number one is $8 is your main resistance line at this time. $8 is strong resistance. We are not getting away from this very strong $8 resistance area. You guys can see our bottom support, it seems like at this moment, is right around 650-ish. 650 main support line at this time. If we want to visualize this and just make this a little bit easier for us, you can just say to yourself, all right, hey, let's make this simple. I can go ahead and I can grab this. And let's just kind of break this on down. Where would you look for a dip buy? Dip buy right here. Dip buy right here. Let me actually get rid of that one blue line. Dip buy right here. Here's a dip buy right here. Where do you guys think the next possible dip buy opportunity is going to be? Most likely right at that area. If interested on a dip buy, that's what you're looking at. Resistance right here. Actually, let me change that to a circle. Resistance right here. Resistance right here. Resistance right here. Where do you think the next main short is going to be? Most likely at this area. So if you want to trade PLRZ, you're saying to yourself, okay, you know what? I am going to look for buy entries. I'm going to get involved on an entry on the long side anytime that we come near this blue line. We come near this blue line, I know that I can get involved on a buy entry. And yes, I will have a stop loss if it goes underneath that blue line. If I want to short this play, I'm going to short it anytime it comes up near around this $8 mark. And yes, you can get out of this play if it breaks $8. You are going to avoid anywhere in the middle. If you're anywhere between these two lines right here, let's put this in black. If you're anywhere in this middle area, you should not be having an entry, because the outskirts is where you want to be. If you are, again, in at 710, in at, again, 730, in at 750, you're in the up and down randomness. Up and down randomness, up, down, choppiness. The bottom, the bounce. Top resistance, reverse. The outskirts is where you guys want to be, okay? It's the same exact thing, and I know some people don't even know this, but when you guys go into a grocery store, people always say, like, the healthiest way to be able to, again, grocery shop is never go up and down in between an aisle. And you might say, what do you mean? Think about it, guys. On every single grocery store, all of the healthiest stuff is on the outside. You walk on in, the fruits, the vegetables, the fish, the meats, the eggs, the Greek yogurts, they're all on the outskirts. The chicken, the salmon, all that, it's all on the outskirts. What's down the middle? Down the middle are the fruit roll-ups, the gushers, the chips, the popcorn, the chocolate syrup, right? Those are all the bad things. So the thing is, traders, it's almost like that. If you're a healthy guy or a healthy gal, and you're saying to yourself, how can I trade stocks? Always figure out your support and resistance and figure out the outskirts. Now, I know a lot of people look at this photo and they ask themselves, hey, how do you look like this? And the thing is, it's by shopping on the outskirts. Guys, this is like one of those images like I didn't even know they were taking. This was just me kind of doing my normal workout, and got a little bit of that. Just, the photographer just got a good picture of me. Half of it is lighting, I'll be honest with you. Half of it's lighting, but this was just yesterday. That was just yesterday. And it's because I shop on the outskirts. So again, PLRZ, it's the same exact idea. You want to shop on the outskirts when, again, getting involved in dip buys or getting involved in shorts. PLRZ, very active, very hot stock at this moment. The majority of traders are focused over on this play right here and right now. So let's go ahead. Market is open. Market is live. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at this. Let's switch out our scanner so that we are all good, ready to get after this day. Let's bring this on over on PLRZ. And let's see, of course, what we have here. PLRZ, I'm going to go into a 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame is absolutely okay. And PLRZ is the best stock here. A quick little heads on up. Is there anything else we like? EB. Do we need EB? EB did come into an agreement. Now, just a little heads on up. EB, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me open the full article. EB got acquired at $4.50 per share. It's not going to go higher than $4.50 per share. So heads up for everyone. EB got acquired at $4.50. That's how much it's worth. It's not going to go higher than $4.50 per share. So PLRZ is number 1. EB is number 2. FTEEL is number 3. FTEEL had news last night as well. So if you take a look over on FTEEL, this play is trying to work itself on up. And yeah, we can continue to keep our eyes peeled on FTEEL. FTEEL went from $1 to $1.50. Does have a little head and shoulders pattern right now. Be careful. FTEEL might start turning and dumping. Go to Google, type in head and shoulders pattern over in the images, and take a look. And this is probably going to look, pretty similar, right? What do I mean right here? Shoulder, head, shoulder, sell off. Okay. A lot of times you could see these head and shoulders pattern like this. Shoulder, head, shoulder, sell off. Would you guys agree that's kind of similar? Shoulder, head, shoulder. FTEEL could easily still get that sell off. FTEEL could easily still get that drop. If we want to trade the most volatile play right now, PLRZ is number 1. FTEEL, head and shoulders pattern. TAOP has already given back a whole lot of gains. JSPR, not too much right now. So again, PLRZ, by far the best play right now here, team. We can look for shorts up high. You can look for dip buys down low. You have the game plan on how to be successful. You have the game plan on, again, how you want to be able to do it. So right now, PLRZ, let's see if this can squeeze. I will say I've already traded once today, and I did lose on my first entry. Now, for anyone who was not here earlier, I looked for a short at the price here of 575-ish. Now, why did I short right around 575, little heads on up? So this was my short that I did that I lost on. I shorted at 575. That's because, little heads on up, I shorted at the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average at 575. So earlier this morning, we spiked on up towards 575. I got filled on it. It came up to $6. I got out. And then again, the stock squeezed. And so I'm very happy I got out of that play. I'm very happy I moved on from that play. I'm very happy I didn't hold on to this play and get squeezed on out. If you guys want to see my entries, I'll be happy to show you them as well. I always like to be open, honest, transparent, all that good stuff. So again, this was my early morning trade. I got filled this morning at 550, 560, 570, 705, $6. So again, you guys can see I got filled all the way from 550 all the way up to $6. Okay? Then I got out. I had an entry price right around 568, and I got out at 583. So I just felt like, you guys can rewatch it earlier this morning. I just felt like the stock was going to squeeze still. I just felt like the stock was going to rip and run, and I just did not feel comfortable. So I got out of it for about a 20-cent loss. I had 3,000 shares, which is about a $400 loss on that trade. So PLRZ, just a little heads up for every single person what I was doing. I did trade once already. I am down about $400 from shorting at the 50-day moving average, but it was actually a successful loss. It was one of those trades that I'm very happy I did. Very happy with my entry. It didn't do what I wanted, so I got out when I was down about 20 cents. Little heads on up for you guys. We are seeing PLRZ have a little bit of a pullback. Is anyone interested on a dip buy here soon? Is anyone interested on dip buys right around 650? If you are, this is your time to shine. If you are interested, this is the time that you guys want to be getting after it. My tie's a little crooked here, guys. No one told me. No one told me. This, again, tie, just a little heads on up for anyone who knows. Oh, jeez. It's up completely upside down. For anyone who does not know, this tie used to actually, again, be passed on down from a royal family over in Hungary, who, again, actually established Budapest. So this is actually a royal family tie. How did it get into my hands? It was actually a gift from the royal family back in the early 1600s to my great-great-great-grandfather. He was actually a knight, so he was actually Sir Dekmar, and they passed it down to him for actually saving the princess one day. So it's been passed down. I could probably sell this right now for anywhere between $6 million to $7 million. But you know what? Got to keep it in the family. It's a family heirloom. Right now, got a little bounce off that 650 mark for anyone that's interested right there. A little bounce off that 650 area. So right here, PLRZ. Reese! For this trade this morning, you got out because you thought it was going to be able to go on up. What stopped you from going long at that point? You know, a lot of times, I'm just going to be frank with you, be very blunt. There are times I short a stock, and it still looks stronger than I think. And I say to myself, you know what? This stock still has potential to actually squeeze. I'm going to get out on the short side. But I will say this. I hate being the person that goes, I'm shorting it. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to go long on it. Never mind. I'm going to short this play. I hate being indecisive. I like picking a play, picking an entry, picking a price point, and saying, I'm shorting here. And you know what? If I get filled at that area, I stick to that plan. And if I get out of it because I don't like the current game plan, then I say, you know what? I don't like the current game plan. Let me wait for a new opportunity. I just don't like being the person that's going this side to this side to this side to this. I don't like bouncing back and forth. I just feel like I'm like getting emotional at that point. Guys, PLRZ, weakness here. Oh, PLRZ is still alive, guys. PLRZ, little heads on up, is still alive. PLRZ is trying to stay alive at this moment. Next dip buy would be $6.10. $6 to $6.10 next dip buy if you guys did not get filled at, let's say, the bottoms right there of $6.30. So if you guys did just get filled at the low of the day around $6.29, that's a good dip buy. Next dip buy is going to be the old spiking high from this morning. $6, $6, $6. That's the next dip buy opportunity for anyone interested. If we do get back above the VWAP, this thing could be able to move itself back on up here. MSTR trying to move itself on up. MSTR trying to get a little bit of a pop. I mean, MSTR, guys, has been just getting absolutely demolished. MSTR, just little heads on up, has been getting absolutely crushed, absolutely killed for all of 2025. 2025, this has been one of the worst years ever. So, maybe we are going to start getting a dip buy because you're very close to the 50-month moving average. You're also, again, down nearly like 100% MSTR. What is MSTR down year to date? I just want to see. MSTR stock, year to date, it's down 40%. So, I mean, you know what's crazy, though, is in November of last year, the stock was up near $550. November of this year, the stock's down at $171. You can see how much changes in 12 months. In 12 months, the hottest stock of the year last year is one of the worst stocks this year. Kind of crazy to be thinking about, isn't that? FTEEL trying to get a little bit of hype. FTEEL trying to work itself on up. This stock had news early this morning and last night. FTEEL has room to run up towards the price of $325. $325 is the 50-day moving average. A little heads on up for everyone. So 50-day moving average over on that play. Come on now. PLRZ also getting a little bit weaker. If you guys are interested on a PLRZ dip buy, it is off of these old spiking highs from earlier this morning. Hey, shout out to everyone joining us on this day. Shout out to every single person right here. I want to get some trades in. I want to make some money. I want to do things right. We got to see where the mob is going to go, aka the majority of buyers. Where the majority of buyers going to be heading. Where the majority of buyers going to be going on their next leg. Best thing that I like to do a lot of times is see, okay, all right, if PLRZ dumps, where could the hype go? PLRZ, if it dumps, is everyone going to go to EB? The answer is no. No one's going to go to EB if the hype dumps because EB got bought out at $4.50 per share. So where would the hype go next? FTEEL. FTEEL is the third in line right here. So when I take a look, FTEEL is next in line if, let's say, PLRZ starts dumping all the way on down. So PLRZ starts dumping on down. FTEEL is next to be able to spike. Is there any sleeper press release? We do have JSPR. JSPR reports positive data. Now, we love positive data. JSPR is also only around 11 million in float. So again, we have JSPR right here, 11 million in float. Could that one get some hype? Let's go back over towards this play. I would say if JSPR starts getting above 250, let's keep that one on high alert. JSPR above 250, high alert, guys. All right? FTEEL is slowly creeping its way on up, trying to get up towards around $2. And it doesn't seem like PLRZ wants to kind of give up just yet. So again, nothing that I'm in on just yet. CAPT, let me see that one. CAPT, unfortunately, again, CAPT was more of like that kind of pump and dump like move. It has to get back above $1, kind of steal some momentum. PLRZ still trying to fight. PLRZ is trying to get back above the VWAP right now. So PLRZ trying to get back above the VWAP. Connect some dots here. When can PLRZ start getting exciting? It has to get back above 715. If PLRZ starts getting back above 715, that's where things can start getting exciting. That's where we could get that possible short squeeze. I will say you're probably going to get a little bit of rejection as you come up towards around 710, 715. 710, 715 is probably going to be a little bit of a rejection area if you want to look for a quick little shorting scalp. Why do I say that? Because again, old spiking high, rejection. Old spiking high, rejection. Let's see here. Let's see here. We're right at the rejection area. That's also the Holt area. PLRZ might be getting halted here, guys. PLRZ might be getting halted. All eyes, PLRZ at this moment. Guys, PLRZ halted. PLRZ is halted right here. I would say we don't change the game plan. What do you guys think? I would say right now we don't really change the game plan. Right now I would say, again, we just continue to keep doing the same exact thing we've been doing. I mean, PLRZ, we could look for a breakout of this downtrend. We could look for a short at this downtrend. I say we keep the same game plan and say, hey, shorts are going to be up near 790. Dip buy is going to be back on down towards around $6. Or again, back on down towards around that 610 mark. I don't want to say let's start buying in the middle. Buying in the middle is still going to be trouble. Now, traders, what do we have to be aware of if you guys want to be involved over on PLRZ? PLRZ right here and right now is that there could be a massive short squeeze that could be on the brink of the horizon. Okay? Does everyone, again, just think about this for a second. On the brink of the horizon, there could be a short squeeze that's going to be coming up so big, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be like a sunset at 8 o'clock at night. Is that when sunsets happen? I don't know. There's going to be a sunset, and it's just going to be beautiful. What I mean by this is, let's think about this here, guys. When we take a look over on PLRZ, we realize when people start shorting, that's where we have short squeezes. The easiest way to really think about this is just realizing where our shorters going to get out. You can see for a short squeeze to happen, number one, you establish where resistance is at. $6 for shorters got in. Test it again, $6, shorters got in. Test it again, $6, shorter got in. Tested it again. $6 shorters got in. And then we broke. What happens when you break out? This shorter, this shorter, this shorter, this shorter all have to cover their shares. If everyone covers their shares at the same time, it leads to a big rip and run. That's how short squeeze occur. For instance, guys, let's think about it in this manner. Let's imagine this is our trading group right here, okay? This is me right here. This is you right here. This is, again, the message above you. This is the message underneath you. And let's just imagine this right here times 1,000, okay? What would happen if all of us bought in on the same stock at the same exact time? What would happen to that stock? Does anyone know? Well, there's a great chance that that stock would go on a massive spike because we have all this buying volume all at the same time. What would happen if we all sold at the same time? Well, the stock most likely would dump. Now, that's essentially what's happening right here with these short squeezes. Shorting is opposite. If I say, hey, everyone, let's short this stock, everyone is going to short it, the stock is going to fall. But what if I say, everyone get out of your short at the same time? If everyone got out of their short at the same time, the stock would move on up as everyone's moving out of the play from their opposite direction of betting it was going to go down, which means it'll go on up. So right now, the reason why I say that is because there is a ton of shorters here, a ton of shorters here, a ton of shorters here, and there's going to be a ton of shorters here. Now, I am not saying we are going to be able to get them out, but I'm saying if you do get them out, you are going to most likely see a big short squeeze. You will see a move that's probably something very similar to this, where you did get this, pop, and again, this big green candle came on through. Same as that concept. If you guys could be able to get these shorters out of this play, right here, you are going to have a wall of shorts that are going to get out of this play because they don't want to get squeezed. So the moment, again, all the stop losses hit, the stock basically moves on up in a very quick fashion. So what do you guys think is going to happen here? Should we look for a short between the prices of around, I would say, can we look for a short between the prices of $7.70 to $8? I do not mind that in any way. But the most important thing is to have a stop loss. I do not mind if you look for a short in the next 40 seconds between $7.70 and $8. But you must have a stop loss around $8.15. There is a great chance that you will hit $7.70 and dump, and $7.70 and dump, and $7.70 and dump. But if we start breaking $8.15-ish, there is a chance that we go up to $10 plus. So again, I like the odds if you want to look for a short in the 770s to 780s. But if you start breaking $8, you better realize that you have to get out because a short squeeze could be right around the corner. In 3, 2, 1, and we have another 5-minute hold. All right. Hey, everyone, take a second here. Everyone write out in chat right now. Will we break or will we have a short squeeze? Everyone type out right now yes or no. Let's see what the majority of the chat room's thinking. So everyone type out right now yes or no. Will a short squeeze happen over on PLRZ? Do you believe no, it's going to hit $8, we're going to open up on this hole and dump back down to $6? Or yes, we are breaking $8 and we're going to see a short squeeze? Take a second, type it on out. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we have here. Squeeze. Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, no. It's almost like a coin flip right now, right? It's kind of, it's kind of like a coin flip at this moment. A maybe. Maybe it'll do it. Maybe it'll go up. Maybe it'll go down. That's kind of what it is right now. Maybe. I mean, there's no way. The best way to trade this, traders, I'm being honest with you. The best way to trade this is short it until it breaks $8. Like, if you want to make money today, the best way to do this is short it till it breaks $8. Then you get out. If it breaks $8, you can look for the breakout. If it gets the breakout, you can go on the long side. The safest way, or just the best way, is to short it as long as it's under 8. Breaks 8, you got to get out. If the stock breaks 8, you can go on the long side looking for the short squeeze. Now, I will say, there is that one case scenario that would absolutely suck. And I'm saying this because I want to be honest. What would be the worst scenario possible for you? The worst scenario possible would be this. Okay? You're going to say, I'm going to be a smart trader. You know what? I'm shorting this at 770, 780, 790. Hey, I'm shorting it. I'm shorting it. I'm shorting it. Okay, the stock's breaking to get out. You end up losing, let's say, $300 on your short. You say, okay, it's breaking out of $8. I'm going to, again, buy it here. I'm going to buy it here. I'm going to buy it here. And then guess what happens? The stock, again, dumps on down. And then you lose another $300 going on this way, right? So the worst thing, or the most frustrating thing that could happen here, is that the stock slightly goes above $8 and then dumps on down. Because if that happens, that means, again, the shorters are going to get out of their play. Their stop losses are going to get hit. Buyers are then going to move in. And then, again, the stock's going to crash on down. Just because this is the stock market world, I could imagine this happening as well, right? You know, sometimes we want things to be so simple. Hey, let's short underneath $8. If the stock cracks, you know, we hold money and we, again, get a nice profit. Some people say, hey, goes above $8, stop losses get hit, stock squeezes on up. Just because this is the stock market, I could imagine the scenario where it seems like everyone loses. Shorters get out, buyers move in, stock dumps on down, buyers also lose. Okay, so be careful that that's the worst case scenario for everyone. So let's see, of course, what we could do here, traders. PLRZ. Let's see how this opens on up. I'm ready to go. I'm going to be ready to, get some trades in. 10 seconds here. I just want to see where this opens on up. I want to see where this opens on up here. In 3, 2, 1, 750, 780, 780, 790, 795, $8, $8.30. All right, guys, we are getting the short squeeze right now. Little short squeeze up to $8.30 so far. Now back down to $7.90. Hold on. Let's see what we can do here. Is this going to, again, get that spike and dump? Could this be, again, that spike and dump on up? As long as it stays under $8 at this point, you can short it. If it keeps holding $8, you want to get out of this play. Right now, PLRZ, I'm not in on this play just yet, but if it can't hold 8, I will enter. So, again, this is from my earlier trade this morning where I lost 800. Let's see. I'm gonna slowly start doing 250 shares on the short side if it can't get back above $8. 250 shares short side. 250 shares short side. Ready to get out of this play if this one can't get above $8. So right now I'm 500 shares short at the price of $7.88. Only 500 shares, not adding to this right now. Might get a little pop back up towards $8.15 or so. I only have 500 shares on the short side. We don't know which way this is going to break. Right now, it's fighting $8. Half the people in the world are shorting at $8. The other half of the people in the world are buying at $8. I have 500 shares at the $8 area. Little heads up, as you guys all know. If I can make a quick little like $200 off this, I'll take it. Right now, again, $8 moving itself back on up. Stock is still trying to spike and clean. I think this one could get back up towards like 820 pretty easily, though. This one could easily get back up to 820, 830 pretty simply. Right now, I got 500 shares on the short side. I'm just, we can clearly see that $8 is like the battle right now. Buyers want this above $8. Shorters want it under $8. This is the clear-cut battlefield of, this play. Clear-cut battlefield over on PLRZ is $8. We're not getting the $8 breakout just yet, though. I got 500 shares on the short side, live position on the screen. I'm going to look to try to make back like $200 at this moment. That would be a crack back on down towards like 740. If we do go back up towards like 820, 830, I am going to add slightly on this, just because I do think I could be able to bring my cost basis up slightly here. So I did just add a little bit more. So guys, I did just add a little bit more. 1,000 shares total at the cost basis now of 804. So right now, it seems like the high of the day is right around that 825-ish mark. That's kind of like main resistance. Let's just kind of keep our eyes peeled. We got the chart giving us a visual. We know it's been floating around $8. We keep floating around $8 at this moment. You guys can see my live position. I'm down $110. My cost basis is 804. Anything under 804, I make money on. Okay? I'm looking to make back $442 loss today. What would be a great trade? Somewhere back on down to sub 750. We get a big red candle, sub 750. That'll push me back up into the green a good amount. So right now here, traders, we got our live trade, live action. Looking for this one to stay around $8 or, again, even fall underneath $8. We have gotten up to a high of the day so far of 836. Stock has been relatively hot. We have not gotten that short squeeze, but we also haven't seen shorters win. It's basically the battlefield is $8, and now it's going to be a 50-50 on which way, again, comes on out as the winner. I would still slightly give it to buyers at this moment for the higher lows. Would you guys? There is, again, the buyer higher low chart right now. I would have to say buyers have that, have that advantage right now. The slight higher lows, little heads up for every single person. Let's see if we can get that dump on down to 750. Again, I want to see that possible crack under. For this one to dump, little heads up, you have to go underneath 780. Notice how, again, we have this little uptrend. This little uptrend right now is everything on PLRZ. PLRZ here, traders. This is everything. 780 is your main support line. Crack underneath 780. This one is going to fade and fall. Above 780, it still has a chance to hold. Okay? You having a little bit of ascending triangle pattern right now. Ascending triangle pattern trying to build on up here. 780 is the main support at this moment. Crack underneath 780. Ooh, you almost had it there for a second. Almost had the 780 crack there for a moment. You guys have a clear-cut game plan. Here comes again, 780 needs to bounce off this area. We are up $110 at this moment. If we keep bouncing off 780, we can wait for a crack of the uptrend for us to be able to get back in if you just want to take a free $100 right now. Here comes again 780. If we crack 780, we should fall down to like 730 real quick. That's the thing.